And I mean, fire decks are really popular, but Nikolaos really showing them what the OG fire deck is. So let's see if that can work out and our duelists pick up their hands. Oh, but it seems like... okay, we have a start with the spinny.
And a parallel exceed has been chained to the summon of the effect of
yeah. Oof, but there is a Ghost Ogre coming down from Nikolaos. Let's see.
Spinny will activate its effect to special summon.
Absolutely, and as you can see here, we go for a pretty solid opening with the Cyber's engine.
An important note is that Salamangreat utilizes Raging Phoenix not only for OTKing, like we see that Snake Eye does, but also for adding Salamangreat cards from the deck to the hand. And Prison has been summoned. And Raging Phoenix. So, probably Nikolaos now will use the field spell to summon another Raging Phoenix that now has the first effect that Snake Eye do not utilize.
Yeah, indeed. But it can be quite a scary one. Obviously, at the moment, it would be interesting to see if he's aware what he's facing. We are quite deep into the day, so that is a possibility, because obviously Tenpai is unique. So you need to prepare against, the assault that might come. And, yeah.
Setting 2 cards and passing turn. So, Nikolaos has 2 set cards, 1 Princess Engrave, and I believe he has a hand trap, if I'm not wrong.
Might be, but we start things off here with the field spell. Amazing card, which protects you from a lot of the popular interruptions of the day.
Nikolaos has effect failure that now that field spell is on the field, it's not very helpful. And now Zoe added the quick play cards, so you can utilize during the battle phase.
Yeah, when you get the Kaiman again, you can use it in multiple ways. If you use it during the battle phase, you get the additional effect of not only adding but special summoning right away from the end.
She will special summon the Chundra, and she has access to her synchro lines.
So Nikolaos is not playing Salamangreat Rage. He only has the 1 copy of Roar in his deck. Outside of that, he has obviously permanents, but that's about it in terms of interruptions.
Zoe can make a very nice play that I really love from the Tenpai strategy, summoning Black Rose that cannot be
That's sick.
affected.
It has been so long, and here we see a black rose dragon in the field in 2024.
As we can
Wow.
see, this event is full with cards from the past that are utilized in the modern
Yeah.
day.
At the same time, there is the Bailings, which can act as some form of protection. Fair enough, you know, to save the field spell and the Raging Phoenix. But
That's very important since Princess is still in grave.
we couldn't see what the other face down was, but yeah. Now we are gonna use the Kaiman. And yeah, as you mentioned, it's something exclusive to this deck, and yeah, it's refreshing. We've seen it often in the Time Wizard 2010 Black Rose Dragon, but it's nice to see it here in the Open too.
So I think Zoe will try to special summon from grave on the summon of Fadra.
And one last card in hand from Zoe. Seems like it's about to come down. Okay, it was...
A whale.
yeah, I will. But as you can see here, the princess was there. It's not only good in Snake Eyes. Obviously, any fire deck can use it really well. And now he's considering using the Raging Phoenix, it seems, from the graveyard, the second one. All comes down to this, one last card. Gonna enter Battle Phase, it seems. Let's see. I don't know. We had a chance to see some of these combos in the previous round, but the general idea is that during the battle phase, you start a chain of synchro summons that gets you climbing up to, you know, the Trident Dragon for a Swift of Decay, but it's not always that easy to resolve everything.
I think the Zoe is in a good spot right now.
Yeah, again, debating, probably asking for some clarification on the effects. The deck is quite new, so it wouldn't surprise me if that was the case. Yeah, this is exactly what's going on here, as you can see.
Yes, since Fadra is not anymore on the field, your Tempai cards are destroyed by battle.
And yeah, the last card in hand is not usable. So play is back to Nikolaos, who is now in the driving seat to take this game one.
And with Princess on board, I think he's in a very good spot.
Absolutely. The Black Rose seemed like a cute idea, but maybe the Bailings to protect was a little too much. And yeah, now there is just so much that you can do. And now we get to see some of the newest cards from the Salmon Great. Of Fire. Yeah, Salmon Great of Fire is normal summoned. And yeah, it's just a matter of time at this point.
When we are thinking about Salaman Great, we always remember 2019, but they have get a very good support during the years.
But there is the Gazelle we are all familiar with. Yeah, this is just way too much, I
Yes.
think. Zoe has seen the lines. And game one goes to Salman Great. Technically still undefeated, as you can see. 4 wins and 1 draw for Nikolaos, who is now just 1 game away from winning round 6. Very solid and simple opening by the deck. Parallel Exceed, obviously always a great card in Cyber's deck. And yeah, it worked out. Now he knows that he's up against Tempai, so I want to know whether there is a mind game in letting, he knows that he's might go second, or so it's interesting because Zoe might let him go first. Then do you keep your trap cards? Do you side in stuff? It's definitely a mind game. What do you think? What would you expect?
I think it's as you mentioned, it's mind games all over again. It's like your strategy with Sky Striker
Yeah.
quick seconds.
Exactly.
I think it's how much you know your opponent. For example, if you know that Zoe is probably on Heat Wave or cards like Necro Valley, you probably are, and of course Dimension Shifter, a card that Tempai utilized and Salamograte are not comfortable playing around it. You maybe expect them to go first.
Yeah. And we also don't know the answer because, as you mentioned, there are a lot of those cards in the side decks because Shifter, Heatwave are there. Heatwave, a card I really would like to see. I mean, it's quite strong, but it was never really popular in any deck because it's very difficult to use, but it can be really, really strong. On the other hand, Nikolaos has a few, options. Ghost Ogre, we mentioned, that can be quite annoying against the deck. So maybe we will see that in action. Outside of that, it's tough due to these mind games to predict what he's going to go for. But regardless, it seems like they're about done with their side decks. And let's see.
The
I
good
want to
thing
see.
is that every card in his side deck can be used either first or second, even T-Barrier, since you can use it as a good second also.
And I'm pretty sure Nico will go first. From the hand gesture, it seems like Zoe picked the second. Yeah, indeed. And yeah,
he's on the field.
good
I saw
start.
in Nikolaos' hand that he has a Cosmic Cyclone, which is very important against Tempai, since their field it's extremely good.
Yeah, it's the scariest card, I would say.
Yeah. And having an answer to it is very important.
Yeah, I mean, depending on what he has in his hand, Lady Debug can do a bit. You can get the Gazelle, and then through the Bailings, you can already do a decent combo. Obviously, it doesn't play well against around the Nibiru, but...
And Salmograin Gazelle is added to his hand.
Yeah, and we'll see the Bailings. Ooh, but no effect.
He has a field spell on the hand.
Yeah, unfortunate.
On the other hand, Zoe has a Nibiru in her hand. It's very important.
Okay. Yeah. And now there is another decision whether you go for a monster line or you just send the Roar and play it a little slower, but you can send just the Spinny. It's the, the usual line here.
I think having Cosmic Cyclone, you can take the risk to play slower against the Tempai deck.
Yeah, but indeed he does go for the Stalio line. As you mentioned, seems like we are back in 2018 or something. Really, that was the line that was used back in the day. You would get the Jaguar here and then just go for the Wolf. Let's see if he changes things up.
No, he picks up the Jaguar.
Oh, okay, so good old stuff.
All the memories.
Yeah. And yeah, it is the Wolf.
A very good looking Sunlight Wolf.
It didn't exist back in the day in Ghost Rare, but...
And Jaguar will activate its effect to special summon itself.
really standard things, but from here on is where things can change, because there is the eat soul, which is an option, for example. There is a lot of different things that you can do nowadays. And yeah, you can go for the princess, obviously.
Again, we can see that Zoe is patient and just wait for the right moment to activate Nibiru.
Yeah, that would be so strong at the moment. Okay, and we actually have Code of Soul, maybe? I can't quite tell, but...
So it's not just the old combo.
No. I think it looks like it, but...
And Salamograde Weasel
Yeah,
is
there's the
summoned.
Weasel, yeah. And we are gonna go for, once again, the Raging. Wow.
And that's why Salamograde have a very good utilization for Princess, since they can give their opponent Weasel and summon Princess from the graveyard again.
Yeah, it's a bit of all-in. I mean, getting rid of everything, just going again for the double Raging Phoenix, but you get a lot of utility card back in the graveyard, and debating now what to recover. And then Ibiru might be used here. Permanence too. Okay, interesting.
So Zoe probably doesn't want Nicolaus to add the trap card, since he can
Yeah.
he can play around the monster board with Nibiru.
And yeah, now it seems a little bit more complicated to go through. He has the Cosmic, as we mentioned, so might just set a couple cards face down if he doesn't have anything else. Okay.
And Princess will activate.
Makes sense. This allows him to go for the Raging Phoenix afterwards. And yeah, finally one last summon. Which is gonna be, again, Pyro. Phoenix. Set Cosmic Pass. And now, only now, we see the Nibiru being activated. Do you think it was too late, or like, was it still worth it?
I believe it was the correct move.
Okay.
I will also like to let my opponent play with Salamograde, since I know that his only option is having the wheel.
And this was a clutch draw. The Cosmic to get rid of your opponent's own Cosmic. This might be all they need. If there is no response here, this could be over, but there is a Ghost Ogre. Really nice. And now it's down to Prosperity. Can we find an answer? Only 2 cards left for Nicolaos.
And so he now just searches for a monster, since another copy of the filter can be activated.
Exactly.
Which is very important.
Oh, okay. That last one was definitely really good. Yeah, the Kaizen can be... The Kaimen can be used to search or even the battle phase if he feels like it. But as you mentioned, so she is able to use the second copy of the Feel spell and then activate the Kaimen. Oh, and I think that's it. Wow. Yeah. Okay. What a turn of events. It seemed as if the opening was great from Nico, but the decision from Zoe going second and just OTK with the deck.
And again, we have the mind games, though.
Yeah, we're back to the mind games, as you mentioned, because on the one end, Nicolaus might have sided for going second, and so he might just be, okay, I'm going to bring back all of my engine for going first and just keep going first. Or we could see the mind game and just allowing Zoe to start things off.
Since he sided those, since he's utilizing Dimensional Barrier, I believe that he will choose to go first.
Yeah, I think so as well. He has a lot of... Even Ghost Spell can be pretty annoying to try and survive, blocking, you know, some of the synchros from coming back from the graveyard, so...
Cosmic Cyclones, as we just saw.
Yeah.
And of course, Ghost Ogre, that was very impactful on the field spell.
It's interesting, for sure. I mean, it's possible also to go second, but actually, surprisingly, I don't think he's... yeah. He's not using Access Cook Talker at all in the Salamangreat deck. Very surprising choice. But...
Probably because he utilizes Rastalio.
Yeah, a lot more the Fire Engine as well.
Yeah.
But this makes it so that going second, you know, you have a little less chance to OTK maybe, but it still works out. We'll see. I think there are merits for both of the decisions. And probably the mind game is now more back on Zoe, whether those heat waves and Necro Valley are coming in, because if then you're going second and you draw them, you really don't, you know, you wish you didn't put them in your deck. So it seems like they are about to start. So let's see this last decision. Who is going to go first? I think Nico is.
Yes.
And let's see if he's going to get punished or not for this decision.
He has some traps in his hand, so I believe that he's go first.
But I think Circle is the middle one.
As Blossom, which
yeah, Circle is there. Not going to be negated, so we can go grab a Gazelle or any of our Salamangreat monsters from deck. And it is Gazelle indeed. 3 copies of Gazelle are now legal. And yeah, alongside Jaguar, this is a pretty solid start. Hopefully he hasn't drawn once again the Sanctuary. And yeah, that's not the case. So he will activate the Chainlink 1, Banelinks, Chainlink 2, Gazelle. We've seen Zoe being extremely patient with Nibiru in the previous game. And now, actually, we see the impermanence right away on the Gazelle.
I believe it's a very good spot, since Gazelle gives you access to traps and to Spinny, which are very impactful in your turn 1.
Are we just going for the Wolf, or are we gonna... Yeah. So afterwards... we are just going to get back the Gazelle thanks to the Jaguar effect. Yeah, I would be surprised if there was an answer to this. No need to Impermanence. There is a second copy of Impermanence.
Probably it will be used on the Raging Phoenix to add...
yeah, for now you don't really need to do anything. I agree. Okay, Banelinks is back just as a form of protection. Let's see. Okay. Decides to commit another link.
Probably
Some-
princess in order to access another copy of.
Wow, okay, no,
Ooh.
it just goes for another wolf. This way he can get back the circle. So just playing the grind, slow game, I would say. Is he just gonna set a couple cards and pass? Because this is... Wow, this is literally straight up 2018, yeah. And that's it. So, what is the pickup? Oof, it's the Nibiru.
It may seem not to be very strong right now since the 6th card. However, in the
yeah.
grind game, it can play a very huge role.
I think so as well. Now let's see first and foremost if there is a response to this field spell. The summoning. Okay.
A very nice play from Zoe is that she didn't activate the effect of field spell to play around the Ghost Ogre. So her monsters are unaffected during the main phase 1.
Yeah, this way just grab Kaiman from the deck. And now comes the prosperity. So we know one of them is circle face down most likely. It will
Probably searching for a
depends.
Harpy Feather Duster or another copy of Cosmic Cyclone.
Mhm. Okay, let's take a look at these 6 cards. For now, nothing too great. Cost, ooh, a little too late.
Now she has 2 Cosmic Cyclones and her monsters are unaffected.
Yeah. Cosmic. Really gonna go for a random. Wow. Even though she knows that one of them is circle, still trying to go for an all-in move. This could be really painful. 50-50 chance. I
Does he
think
win?
it did. Yeah. Wow.
Very impactful.
Interesting though.
Now she probably knows the other card is circle.
Yeah, I mean, you must assume that's the case, and there is an Ash Blossom coming down, one of the last unknown cards from Nico.
Again, Nikolaos just waiting for the right time
Yeah.
to use his hand trap.
Really good patience, and there is not much that she can do. Gonna telegraph this impermanence, and that's why Nico is just gonna end phase circle. But now is where you were mentioning this Nibiru, which looked pretty bad, could actually come back and be really, really strong in a grind game. So maybe if he gets too ahead of himself and tries to push with everything and he gets mad by the Nibiru, this could be a devastating end. But outside of that, he's obviously in the driving seat.
As you can see, he doesn't run Appaloosa in his side deck, in his extra deck.
Yeah.
So I think that he just needs to play around Nibiru, and I think he has this game. However, when you feel comfortable that you are winning, sometimes you are making some moves.
Okay, Impermanence stops the Sunlight Wolf from recovering the circle, and now I could see the aggression coming in. Because there is only one card left, and for that card to be Nibiru, what are the chances? We'll find out, I guess. Still has the Jaguar Engrave, so a lot of summons. We did mention that there is no access code, because that could have been an easy win, even playing around Nibiru. But now
another thing to mention is that the field spell doesn't prevent your opponent from affecting your monster in their turn, since it only gives unaffected to your main phase 1.
Yeah. So we are already at the third summon. Okay. And the Foxy, again, a really good card to get rid of the Fuse Spell and try to push for game, but there is a little bit of risk involved. Let's see if he finds a line. So yes, Sanctuary.
I think he
Okay.
can manage to push for OTK under Nibiru, and if he gets Nib, he has a lot of resources to
Yeah, he has a
recover.
lot. So this is the fourth summon. And it seems like he wants to, again, chain Raging Phoenix. Okay, and this is the fifth summon, so from now on, Zoe can use Nibiru. She was extremely patient the last time she had the card. She waited until the last possible option.
And I think he added Salamangreat Will.
That's huge with the Raging Phoenix, because you can use the second effect to get back basically your entire graveyard there.
I wonder if Nikolaos will respect Nibiru or not. I mean, he has Foxy on Grave that he can summon itself either after you get Nibiru, and
Yeah.
he hasn't used Spinny.
And Jaguar.
And
like
Jaguar.
So much that he can do. But the excitement, you want to win. You want to win fast. So I can see it going really wrong. Let's see. Okay. This is one of the interesting cards. Gets rid of the Ogre. To go for a Fire Recovery, right? And yeah, one of the one-offs in the deck. Yeah, seems like this will be the push. So maybe not an all-out aggression, but still this will hurt significantly when the last card is revealed to be Nibiru. Nah, but
So he's considering about activating Nib here. He probably
yeah,
has
and
to.
has to. Yeah. So Nibiru is activated one last time, gets rid of the whole field. But we know that the last card in hand is Will, and there is still so much that he can summon back from graveyard afterwards. Yeah, now he's going to use the second effect of Fire Recovery, shuffling back 3 fire monsters to draw a card.
And draw one card.
Yep. Pretty important one. But as you did mention, I'm kind of surprised that he sent back the Gazelle, because Gazelle could have been summoned, but let's take a look at this one draw.
He probably wants the draw, so
Is
he
it
can
Ash?
discard the draw in order to special summon Foxy.
Yeah. I think it might be an Ash, but yeah, for now it doesn't really need much, because again, with Spinny and Jaguar not used yet, yeah, it is an Ash Blossom. And passed. Wow. Oof, and an unfortunate pickup by Zoe with an Ash of her own.
She can
Yeah.
try to play and make a Hita into Princess, but I don't know if it's possible under the trap.
Yeah, no, it seems like the writing's is almost on the wall. battle phase obviously is possible. The token is also huge, so he needs to get rid of it. Yeah, and Ash is used on the fuse spell. Pretty sure that was an Ash of her own. Yeah, gonna have to attack over the token and probably pass. Yeah, and plays back to Nico with now 9 minutes remaining. A lot of options available. Picks up. We'll figure it out what that is, but. Oof, it's the Gazelle. Wow, what a throw off the top. Yeah. Yeah, regardless of this Ash Blossom, the wheel is still there, can be
The
used.
spin is there, the Jaguar is there.
So
Princess
much.
is there.
Yeah. This is just a matter of moment. It was well played, and again, a very close match by both players, but it seems like it will be Salaman Great advancing with an undefeated record in round 6.
Except if he chooses to use Mirage Stalio effect to bounce back Nibiru into Zoe's hand.
Imagine. Here is the moment. No, no way.
Of course.
No way. Okay. Yeah. As
He will activate only
yeah,
Mir.
the weasel and now, as you can see, goes back to the bottom.
And now Princess can trigger.
Yeah, gotta go to the bottom. Draw a card.
And
yeah,
she can actually destroy Nibiru also.
absolutely. It's a really strong turn. Now we can use the other Phoenix. And now he even gets back.
A copy of Ash Blossom in case
Yeah,
something goes wrong.
Yeah, this is amazing stuff from Nikolaos. Again, one of those decks that really nobody thought was gonna be relevant for this tournament, showing up strong with a 5 wins and 1 draw record about to be completed.
And I think that's enough.
And yeah, that's enough. Very well played by both. By in the end, in an upsetting game 3, it is Nico